And we are live. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Gentlemen of Crypto, episode 356. My name is Bitcoin Zay, and we are here to bridge the gap between cryptocurrency and the community Monday through Friday at our new time, 3-ish. Welcome you all. Let some people come in now. Thank you for everybody who's been watching the show. Got some great news stories coming up today. Once again, we will be starting at 3-ish from the rest of this week. So make sure you tune in then. But some great stories for you today. First, coffee for backed. Starbucks equity deal. We'll see crypto-based payments, source claims. Coinbase. They actually pushes out the ex-hacking team after the uproar on Twitter. Crypto lending company BlockFi launches crypto accounts with Bitcoin and Ethereum support. And also futures trading nears 1 billion in first month at Kraken Crypto Exchange. So some great news stories for you today. But first, our winner from yesterday. We actually did not have a winner from yesterday. However, we will have a chance to win today with the question of the day. Get into some of the comments here. Hey, Shannon Allen, how you doing? Donald Muhammad, that's right. Smash that like button. Make sure it gets set up here. Let's go through some of these comments. Tommy Brown, what's going on, brother? Oh, yeah, well, it's new time. Yep, definitely trying to do something a little new. Get more people in, in the afternoon. What's going on, Jizzy Mack, Tony Nolly, Moni Love, New Legacy, what's going on? Thank you all for tuning in. So some great news stories for you today. Let's get into it. Hey, the big news from Twitter, from different news sources, and here on Cointelegraph. Coffee for backed. Starbucks equity deal will see crypto-based payments. This is one of the things people have mentioned with cryptocurrency being used for coffee, even though it's way more than that. It's an asset. It can be, digital gold. It can be, exchange. But some people have said that if they can't buy coffee with it, it's not useful. Those people are a little bit stupid to me, but now we have a solution for that. New details about Starbucks partnership with the United States cryptocurrency platform Bakkt suggest that the coffee giant will accept Bitcoin-based payments after an equity deal. So basically what this means is, Starbucks will, have an equity deal with Bakkt if in exchange they accept Bitcoin. It is, it remains to be seen how that will happen. I believe it'll be in-app. It's still in the final pre-release stages. Bakkt aims to become a major on-ramp for investors. They're looking to gain exposure to cryptocurrencies, and they actually want to issue physically delivered Bitcoin futures contracts. So people are excited about Bakkt. They've discussed it for, I don't know how many months now. We're in March at this time, but, it would be pretty funny if their way into the industry is with coffee, which a lot of people said wasn't possible. I do think it's, one of the biggest things to come about, because if everyday people can see it, mainstream adoption, that's pretty good for the space. Here we have a quote. There's high value from having a brand at this level. The publication quoted from an unnamed expert. So, I mean, this could be coming from a barista. This could be coming from somebody at the top. Who knows? The block notes that only U.S. customers will have access to Bakkt's BTC USD services. The block source reportedly said, in many ways, there are limits to what Starbucks can do with partnerships, because there are limits to what customers can expect. So don't expect, all, at one time solution. However, it is good to see them taking that first step and saying, hey, we get Starbucks on board. Maybe we can get Target. Maybe we can get some of the other stores on board. And using Bitcoin for payments won't seem so crazy. One of the biggest things we've discussed is the ability for mainstream to use it. And one of the best parts about this industry is that we are still growing. So good to see from Bakkt and Starbucks there. Make sure you like this. Make sure you like the video. Make sure you comment as well. Let's see some more people coming in. What's going on, Trek? Milto, what's going on, brother? Definitely some good news today, Starbucks and Bakkt. So moving forward, your boy, Brian Armstrong, has basically apologized for pushing out the, not pushing out, but actually accepting the Neutrino team who has some ex-hacking rumors. And, Coinbase, they've actually parted ways with several employees from Neutrino following widespread criticism. And as we discussed yesterday, I think somebody, actually commented they had less than 1,000 mentions on Instagram. And I was trying to explain from the comments I've seen and the insight that I have, they were some big name people who you probably don't know their name, but they had a lot of money riding on Coinbase. And they were like, no, we can't have this. This is bad press, or it's bad for me because I'll lose my account. It was some whales in there. So Brian Armstrong had a press conference. The explanation was garbage, but give him some credit. He did give a small, apology. However, Brian Armstrong announced in a blog post on Monday that Coinbase and Neutrino have decided they will let go Neutrino employees who previously worked for Hacking Team, whether or not they still have any current affiliation with that company. The announcement came after this widespread criticism. Hey, people, we have some power. You got to believe in yourself. You got to actually shout out to these CEOs, these third parties, because as Bitcoin was built to be peer-to-peer. However, third parties have entered the business. It's the way it goes. You have to use a third party, but we can still hold their feet to the fire because it's a new industry. We have a lot of ways to go. And if we want to find the best exchanges to use, hey, man, you got to criticize some people every now and then. So he actually concluded those who previously worked at Hacking Team will transition out of Coinbase. This was not an easy decision, but their prior work does present a conflict with our mission. That quote conflicts with some of his own quotes because he doesn't really like Bitcoin. He's kind of an Ethereum lover. But Brian Armstrong is one of those guys. He's trying to make money. He's trying to run a business. I understand he has to put this out, but I'll leave it up to you guys if you believe his argument. But delete Coinbase is still a thing. And on the business side, they have onboarded a lot of people. So you can see it both ways. But Brian Armstrong is he's trying to make amends, but it was some big names out there. Let's go to some of these comments. Donald Muhammad, the damage is done. Nobody trusts Coinbase. Yeah. And one of the things I was saying about, we have a new bull run, people come into it. When they search Coinbase, one of the things that'll come up is delete Coinbase. So, I mean, I don't know if people will take heed to it. I do know they have a great business model for new people. You can get free money for it and get, for signing up. So I do know that. But at the same time, there are a lot of crypto people who are not excited. Let's see. PFC Wells sounds like PR damage control. Yes. It's more if King was here right now, he's worked in PR before. He knows all the tricks. He probably could explain it even better. He actually has, the experience to see through a lot of stuff. I can see through it too, but he can probably explain it more. Let's see. Once a hacker, always a hacker. Yep. Let's see. PFC Wells speaking into existence. Absolutely. So, yeah, we'll see. We'll see what goes on with Coinbase from here on out. So, moving forward to some very innovative companies, BlockFi. Shout out to BlockFi, crypto lending company. BlockFi launches crypto accounts with Bitcoin and Ethereum support. Reported here by Cointelegraph. Crypto wealth management and lending company BlockFi has launched new cryptocurrency accounts supporting Ethereum and Bitcoin, bearing 6% annual interest paid monthly in crypto. You will not get that at a bank. I can tell you that right now. You probably won't get. You might get a little bit more, maybe 7 or 8 from mutual funds, commodities, but that's a pretty high rate, 6%. Very high goals. In July last year, crypto-focused merchant bank Galaxy Digital led a $52.5 million fundraising round for BlockFi, which is pretty incredible for a early company. Furthermore, according to the March announcement, interest earned in BlockFi's interest accounts compounds monthly, resulting in an annual percentage yield of 6.2%. Wow, guys! I will tell you right now, if this actually catches on and people can make more money for keeping it in Bitcoin and Ethereum, what do you think people are going to move their assets to? Bitcoin and Ethereum. And it'll trickle down from there. It always does. So this is really big news. Take a drink here. This post also specifies that client assets are custodied at the Gemini Trust Company, the custodian of the crypto exchange, led by our guys, Winklevoss Twins, which is regulated by the New York State Department, NYDFS. We've discussed the Alphabet Boys plenty enough. However, this is a safe custodial solution for them simply because the type of people who will want to move their money to this they'll be institutional. I mean, you have to face it. And if they want to buy it as an asset, get it as, a futures contract, doesn't matter to me. Whatever they want to invest it in, pushing the price up at some point will show that value. So shout out to BlockFi. And last quote here, BlockFi's proprietary risk management system, which automatically initiates margin calls and liquidations to protect our customers' assets, has a perfect zero loss performance record since launching in 2017. So they're basically, humble brag there. They're trying to, let you know what they've been doing. That is good to see, though, because we do need more industry standard businesses and innovation, because when people look at businesses, they're comparing it with what they have now. If it's not just as fast, just as easy, they'll run away. So good for BlockFi, crypto lending. The interest-bearing accounts, somebody said, Sergeant Crypto said it's not available in NYC, which is weird because it's at Gemini Trust, so we'll have to check on that. But that would be interesting to see if they actually have it at the NYDFS that they can use it, but not in New York. Wow. New York is very stringent there. So let's get into some of these comments. Shout out to everybody on Facebook that's joining in. Thank you all for tuning in. Our new time at 3-ish. Once again, I want to remind you, we'll be doing it all week. We'll evaluate the data. Definitely looking good so far. A lot more viewers globally. So we'll definitely look at this time for the future. So let's move forward to our last story of the day. Futures trading nears 1 billion in the first month at Kraken Crypto Exchange. Cryptocurrency futures provider Crypto Facilities, which we actually discussed before. We've actually said this would be great for Kraken. They have actually seen tremendous growth since being acquired by US-based crypto exchange Kraken last month. Sue Chung, the subsidiary's head of indices and pricing products, told Coinbase that trading volume has increased more than 500%. Woo, man, you'll never see that at Poloniex. Since Kraken acquired the futures exchange at the beginning of February for 100 million. So we've always said if you pay a lot of money for something, usually you want to get that return back. I'm sure the marketing that they have for it, they had already had it in place when they acquired the company. So Crypto Facilities, they're best known in the US for providing Bitcoin and Ether reference rates to CME, which, they were one of the first to have Bitcoin futures contracts in Chicago. So they've traded over 1 billion in futures contracts. This is a very high volume month. I think it's one of the highest in history, if not the highest. I have to check that. But their daily users have gone up by a factor of 4. And that's across all products. So not just major coins. They are seeing that growth across the board with altcoins, smaller ERC20 tokens. So good for them, and definitely good for Kraken, because we've always, talked about their CEO, Jesse Powell, standing up to the subpoenas that they were supposed to give. Like, hey, man, I'm running a business here. I can't, have subpoenas coming in every week and then stopping business. Nah, we're not sending subpoenas. You didn't want to support us. We're not doing that. So shout out to Kraken. Everything they get is good for them. So a little bit more here. Chung actually said, on average, 5 days before the announcement, 5 days after, the liquidity for our contracts increased by over 200%. Wow. And some of the minor coin contracts increased by over 1,000%. So if you look at some of the smaller coins, they have more room for growth for my traders out there. If you are trading, it's better to park in Bitcoin if you want to, actually use it for margin. But if you're looking for big plays, big margins, long term, the altcoins that have utility, like Binance we've discussed before, Monero, they'll make some pretty big strides even without these contracts. But the ones that have Litecoin, Ethereum, they will as well. I think Tron is in there now. So yeah, definitely good for them. So let's look at some comments here. Paradigm Audio, not in Pennsylvania. Wow, I didn't realize it wasn't in Pennsylvania either. We should create a list of places where it's not crypto friendly, and then the ones that are, actually post that on the site. That's actually a good idea, because there are some places where when we do the news, we actually discuss stuff, and I'm like, man, they can't do it here, they can't do it here, but it's okay in Ohio. It's fine in Wyoming. So I want to find out a way to get it for everybody. So that is all the news I have for you today. Don't want to hold you too long. Once again, thank you all for tuning in at 3-ish, our new time. We will be doing this all week. Make sure you support the podcast. We are on iHeartRadio, Spotify, Google, and make sure you support us on Brave browser. You can actually look at the Brave browser, use BAT tokens to donate if you like the show. And also the Blockchain Project coming now, microloan platform for minority businesses. And one of the things coming out is a landing page this week. Definitely looking at some donations from people. So thank you all for that. And just want to encourage people to keep pushing through. Bull market looks like it's on the rise, maybe hitting the bottom here, but definitely a good time to be in the market. So thank you all for joining. I'll see you all Wednesday. Have a good one.